What's up, guys? It's your boy Just Tough Love here with another Grand Theft Auto episode. We're playing online tonight. I had decided to get on and give us a tour of my supercar garage because I've just completed it with the new Infurnes Classic. It's finished now. Nothing will be changed, and I'm going to move on to my second garage work on that. It's going to be super sports / just sport cars. Gonna finish that one, then I'll do a tour of that one as well. But following the tour of this video, I'm gonna hop in the Classic and we're gonna go do a speed test against the Zentorno and actually see what we think about the actual speed of this car, because I kind of feel like it's a little too slow. I don't care, I still love it. It's one of my favorite cars. Happy to have it as a part of my collection. I've got a complete floor of Lamborghinis now, and I'm very excited. It's a sick car. It's got some pretty cool functions. I had a live stream video up. I had some technical difficulties with sound as I continue to perfect everything that I'm using, some of the software, things like that. But once I do that, I'm going to move on to the next garage and build that up as well. So starting here, I do have a car that was blown up because it's Grand Theft Auto. That's how it is. I can't wait till they finish this construction over here, guys. I don't know what the delay is. Maybe Trump decided to take over or something like that. Not real sure. But the first one here is going to be our ProGen. A couple of those cars. Once I believe it's the GP1 arrives, it's also a ProGen GP1. This is the Tyrus. I love this car. I don't think that I would be able to control any of the features on it whatsoever while it's in the garage. I'd love to open the hoods and things like that. But yeah, this car was super sweet when it first came out. I didn't like the back of it, but it's kind of grown on me. You can kind of see where the back bumper, it's almost like they made it that way just to be more aerodynamic. It's a pretty good racer. It's not my number one pick, but it's just a sweet looking car. And then, as everyone knows, you got to have the T20 over here. One of my favorite cars. The taillights are perfect. As you guys know, it's modeled after the McLaren. And have you guys ever seen the McLaren? The wife who bought her husband a McLaren, but really it was just a prank. You should check that video out. It's on YouTube. Just type in wife buys husband McLaren prank. It's hilarious. It's kind of funny. It's kind of not. If I had that car in real life, I couldn't drive it. I would have to sell it, and I'd buy the same car for everyone in my family. This is one of my favorite on this floor. I drive this one quite a bit. It's in a couple of my videos, I do believe. It is the Italy GTB. They just come up with just random names. It's not really. I mean, it's what it is in Grand Theft Auto world. And then we all know about the Adder. It's one of the originals to the game. Super famous. Kind of sick of looking at it, but it's all part of the collection. And then they part of the DLC they came out with the newest Bugatti, which is also very sick. I didn't upgrade it with Benny's because if you do that, you lose that wing right there. It doesn't come up automatically anymore. It becomes fixed. Definitely these cars, both of these Bugattis, are original wheels. These are the stock wheels for both of them. You can see the difference, the style that they put in these. It's very cool. I definitely like these a lot more. These are a lot better. This one's just original, true to the game, so you gotta have it in the collection. So I guess my GP1 isn't gonna show up. Usually it doesn't take this long, but it's late Thursday night, so they might be pretty busy. On this floor we have this Cyrus. We've also, I don't know if I posted that in the video or not. I think I did, but this one I was actually running a race on a track that I created called Swerve. A lot of my friends, you played it. It's the one where people go off the cliff. It's really cool. If you don't know the track, then it throws you for a loop. The Turismo R is definitely a huge. It's a favorite. I see everyone driving these cars. I've changed the color on it 100 times, but it always goes back to like this orangish color. The rims, I seem to put those style rims on all of my cars. I wish they would do a little bit more with these. Maybe something like a deep wheel well in the back. You can kind of see like those are the same, but they're 5-spoke instead of 6. We all know this one. This is our famous X80. One of the fastest, I believe, in the game. I don't believe that there's anything faster, and it earns that right, as we can see. I mean, it's a foreign object from outer space. Yeah, it landed here on Earth, and just so happened to have the keys with it too. So we decided to go ahead and park that in our garage. And now this car, it's a beautiful car. It truly is. The spoiler, it's elevated, it's elegant, has nice style and curves. I just recently realized that you can make it a topless. It's very, very cool. I wish there were a little bit more like window controls and roll the windows down. You pretty much just have to bust the windows out. The two-toned on this is perfectly placed. Just the rear engine hatch is gorgeous. It's artwork. I believe that some of the people that design these cars at Rockstar, um, you know, should give themselves a pat on the back for some of these designs. Although they are played off of the original cars in real life, like the Porsche and stuff like that. The new Ford GT. It's okay. You have something that you're gonna basically cut and copy, but they also have to put their own little spin on it and things like that. They can't copy. They're a little bit more clever with like the taillights on this are almost exactly the same, but yet they can get away with it. And then this little guy looks like a shark to me. It's pretty cool. It's the penetrator in the game, which they have to have their funny names. Just your basic wheels. This is kind of like, night out on the town. It's not really speed demon. I guess it's just something different. This is the Entity. We all know about this car. Super sick. Now, I want to say that this is like modeled after the Huayra, like the Pagani Huayra. I may pronounce that wrong, but the taillights actually look like the Lamborghini taillights. So that's why I have that. The back hatch is sick. It's like the twin engines almost. It'd be an amazing machine, which the Pagani in real life is. Yeah, this I would love to actually go in here and dig up some of the numbers on what was spent on these cars, which I know you can do in your settings and statistics. You can go like how much you've spent and things like that. Let's head up to our Lamborghini floor. It's our fourth and final floor. It's my favorite of all time. We have the old school and the original. It's the Monroe in the game, but it's the original Lamborghini before the Diablo. This is shortly after they started making street performance cars instead of racing, as well as tractors and things like that as Lamborghini began in their factories in Italy. And then in order, in alphanumerical order, we have our Diablo slash Infurnes Classic. We gotta have that Lamborghini license plate on there. I did originally paint this car chrome with a dew yellow inside, and it looked pretty cool. But the car is really big, and with chrome, it kind of uh, it plays with a trick on the eye that doesn't make it appear as big as it is. So I ended up going back and just changing it to just a race yellow, which is true to the cars of the day. And if you don't know this already, but you can do a lot of customizing on this car. And I do plan on, if you want to see some editing on it, things like that. If you're thinking about getting it, just shoot me a comment or a message and let me know that this is something that you are interested in getting, but don't want to make the wrong decision. Just let me know, and I'll throw a video up really quick. I'll go back through and edit it again. I don't mind having a couple of them. I may do something different, make it look like a totally different car, but yeah, it is the same car. Definitely interested to see what it looks like. Neon green or the lime green. I have to do 10 more stunt jumps before I can unlock that, which we all know about. We know about those stunt jumps. And then here we have the original Infurnes to the game, which I want to say is a really bad version of the Murcielago. It's just like, look at the back wheel. I mean, the rim looks like it's way bigger than the tire. There's no lip on there whatsoever. I mean, it is. The rim's actually sticking out. The tire is not wide enough at all. I mean, this car, if you love Lamborghinis, you have the car just to have it, but it's not something that I recommend. And then this is the Gallardo. In the game, it's the Vaca. It looks just like it from the front. It somewhat looks like it from the back, but the one thing that bothers me is the side. It's like a micro machine. It's so small and tiny, and I don't like it. But a lot of these cars, you can see I have stock wheels on. Like, all three of these are all stock, and I do this for a couple of reasons. This one's stock. These are not, but this one are stock. Not only do the rims look cool, it actually plays a role. These wheels are actually made for the car, rather than something that's aftermarket that's not made for the car. So the wheels that come with the car, I do a lot of racing. They actually tend to work much better on the track with the original tires and stuff like that. The traction, the trim, just work a lot better, and the handling just seems to be, I'll race against, the same exact cars, and I'll be way ahead of everyone, and I don't spin out on turns as easy, and I've tended to realize that the only difference is that they have aftermarket wheels. So think about it, consider it, possibly leave some stock wheels on yours and go, or put the stock wheels back on, go run a race, and then take them off, and you let me know what works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into this classic here, and we're going to go out, we're going to do some speed tests against the Zentorno, which we all know is a pretty fast car, but we're going to see firsthand how fast it is. So we got some police out here, and I have a friend that's actually trying to kill me. So we should have probably been in a private lobby, but if you guys get on here and you play with your friends and there's nothing to do, it's something to consider, especially if you have 3 or 4 people, is playing a game of tag, and with doing so, you pick someone who's it, and then shortly after, you give them 5 seconds to run. They go, you guys all take off, and the object of the game is to tag them, is to smack them with your car any way possible. And what you're going to want to do is then count 5 seconds for that person too, as they take off. And you're going to find yourself in a situation of like pickle, where you're just trying to get out of there as quick as you can. You're taking alleys in this way, and you're just trying to shake this person, and it wakes you up. It gets your adrenaline pumping. We play it quite often. It seems to be super fun. I wish there was a way to actually incorporate it in the game, like creator mode. You know, make a game of tag, like last team standing, which I like to create quite often. I've got a few maps that I need to work on, but we're going to be hosting a car show soon, all supercars, and then immediately after the car show, everyone that showed up to the car show, what we want them to do is play a race, and simply we're going to be giving away some money that day for anyone for first, second, and third place. Winners are going to each receive a $20 shark card, which has a value of $1.25 million. So that's something to check out and think about. So what we're going to do is we're going to line up here. Going to wait for my buddy to get here. We're going to line up here. And we're going to race these cars, drag race style. I think that we'll be a lot better out here, away from everyone. Seem like the crime in the city is pretty heavy tonight. We may have to go join in. I'm going to be starting some episodes here. I think it's going to be called Let's Go Kill 'Em. And we're going to go around and kill people in the lobby who are obviously killing other people. And have like bounties on them and stuff, collecting money. That's a great way to actually collect some money. So our Zentorno is here. We're going to get lined up on the line. Line your front bumper up with that line down there. I'm going to count to... actually, I'm going to throw a grenade. When the grenade blows up, then we take off. So that's the easiest way. I'll try not to throw the grenade under you. You want to hop out of passive really quick just so it looks pretty cool. I think we'll be okay over here. There's not a whole lot of people. There goes the window. Hey, did you check sound out at all? See if we're okay. Alright guys, we're off. Zentorno has a great start. That car may be all-wheel drive, so that the takeoff is definitely a win. So it seems that he's slowly... There's no chance of catching up, which means that this car is pretty much a dud. Because if you're using a Zentorno on racing, you know, you're not really going to win too many times unless someone has the same thing. So let's just run it back here real quick, and I'm gonna give it a 1 car length head start. So we'll see what this does, or not. He's like, nope, you're not getting no head start. Yeah, so that car is gone no matter what. So I don't think I'm going to be using this in any races at all. Which if you're on here and you're watching this, check out the next video that's going to be popping up here soon. As soon as I exit out of this, what I'm going to be doing is going to be live streaming some races. So be sure to check that out, guys. I appreciate everything. There's also other videos on here. We got some FIB tour, a way to actually get into the FIB building is super cool. You grab a friend, take a helicopter to the top of the building. There's a technique that you can actually have your friend throw you into the building. You can walk around and check out every floor. There's a floor that's on fire. It's used in part of the story mode. Super cool. I'm not going to give everything away, but go check those out. Go check the video out. Give us a like, and stay tuned, guys.